Welcome to Smart Dollar Mindset, the channel dedicated to helping you achieve financial freedom through smart money habits and investing. Today, we're tackling a challenge that millions of people are facing right now: how to pay off $10,000 in credit card debt. For many, this number feels overwhelming. It's a mountain of debt that can seem impossible to climb, especially when interest charges keep piling up. But here's the truth. It doesn't matter how big that number looks today. There's a way to take control, create a plan, and pay it off step by step. And once you do, the financial freedom you'll gain will change your life forever. So if you've been carrying the weight of debt and wondering how to finally get out of it, stick with me through this video. We'll go step by step, looking at strategies, real-life examples, and proven methods to eliminate $10,000 in credit card debt. And most importantly, we'll discuss how to make sure you never go back into debt again. Let's start by facing the reality of credit card debt. Credit cards are designed to keep you trapped. With interest rates often around 20% or higher, carrying a balance can quickly turn a manageable expense into a financial nightmare. If you owe $10,000 at 20% interest and only make the minimum payments, it could take you decades to pay it off, and you could end up spending more in interest than the original balance itself. This is why having a structured plan is essential. Without a plan, you'll feel like you're running in circles, throwing money at debt but never making progress. But with the right approach, that $10,000 balance can be paid off far faster than you think. The first step is to stop the bleeding. That means no new debt. If you're serious about paying off $10,000 in credit card debt, you have to make the commitment today that you will not add to that balance. Put the cards away, remove them from your online accounts, and learn to live on the income you already have. This may sound simple, but it's one of the hardest parts of the journey. Many people fall into debt because they've built a habit of relying on credit for daily expenses, emergencies, or even luxuries. Breaking this cycle requires discipline. But the moment you stop adding to the balance, you give yourself the chance to finally make progress. The second step is to build a realistic budget. A budget isn't about restriction, it's about direction. It gives you control over your money and helps you decide where every dollar goes. If you're carrying $10,000 in credit card debt, your budget needs to prioritize two things: living expenses and debt repayment. Here's how you can approach it. Write down your monthly income after taxes. Then, list your fixed expenses, things like rent or mortgage, utilities, insurance, groceries, and transportation. Next, look at your discretionary spending: restaurants, subscriptions, entertainment, shopping. Finally, subtract your expenses from your income. The goal is to create as much room as possible to direct money toward debt repayment. For example, let's say you earn $4,000 a month after taxes. Your fixed expenses are $2,500, and your discretionary spending is $1,000. That leaves you with $500 left over. If you cut your discretionary spending in half, you free up an additional $500. Now you can put $1,000 a month toward your credit card debt. At that rate, you could pay off $10,000 in about 10 to 12 months, depending on the interest rate. This is where sacrifice comes in. Paying off debt requires trade-offs. It might mean cooking at home instead of eating out, canceling subscriptions, or holding off on vacations. But these sacrifices are temporary, and they're worth it for the freedom you'll gain. The third step is choosing a debt payoff strategy. There are two popular methods: the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. With the debt snowball, you pay off your smallest balance first while making minimum payments on the others. Once the smallest debt is gone, you roll that payment into the next smallest debt, creating momentum. This method is powerful because it gives you psychological wins early on, which keeps you motivated. With the debt avalanche, you focus on the debt with the highest interest rate first. This saves you the most money in the long run because you eliminate the most expensive debt first. While it may take longer to see progress, it's mathematically the most efficient approach. For $10,000 in credit card debt, either method can work. If motivation is your biggest challenge, the snowball method may keep you going. If you're more numbers-driven and want to save the most on interest, the avalanche is the better choice. Here's an example. Imagine you have 3 credit cards. Card A has a balance of $2,000 at 18% interest, Card B has $3,000 at 22% interest, and Card C has $5,000 at 20% interest. Using the snowball, you'd focus on Card A first, then Card B, then Card C. Using the avalanche, you'd tackle Card B first, then Card C, then Card A. Both methods work, but the key is consistency. Another strategy is debt consolidation. This is when you take out a loan with a lower interest rate and use it to pay off your credit card balances. Instead of juggling multiple payments at 20% interest, you consolidate them into one payment at, say, 10% interest. This can save you thousands in interest and make repayment easier. But be cautious. Consolidation only works if you're disciplined. If you consolidate your debt but then continue using your credit cards, you'll end up deeper in trouble. The consolidation loan should be seen as a tool to simplify and speed up repayment, not an excuse to keep spending. Balance transfer cards are another option. Many cards offer an introductory 0% interest rate on balance transfers for 12 to 18 months. If you qualify, you can move your $10,000 balance to one of these cards and pay it off interest-free during the promotional period. But again, discipline is crucial. If you don't pay off the balance before the promotional period ends, you'll be hit with high interest again. Now let's talk about income. Cutting expenses is one way to free up money, but increasing income can supercharge your debt payoff plan. This might mean picking up overtime at work, freelancing, starting a side hustle, or selling items you no longer need. For example, let's say you pick up a part-time job delivering food or driving 4-ride-share services and earn an extra $500 a month. Combine that with the $1,000 you're already putting toward debt, and you're now paying $1,500 a month. At that rate, you could eliminate $10,000 in just 7 to 8 months. Every extra dollar you put toward debt accelerates the process and reduces the amount you pay in interest. Think of it as buying your freedom faster. Along the way, celebrate milestones. Paying off debt is hard and it takes time. If you start with $10,000 and pay it down to $7,500, celebrate that progress. When you get to $5,000, celebrate again. These small victories will keep you motivated to keep going until you're debt-free. But paying off debt is only half the battle. The other half is making sure you never go back into debt again. This means changing your relationship with money. You need to build an emergency fund so that unexpected expenses don't send you back to credit cards. Start small, save $1,000 as quickly as you can, then build it up to 3 to 6 months of expenses over time. You also need to change how you view credit cards. They're not a tool for survival, they're a convenience, and only if you can pay them off in full every month. If you've struggled with debt in the past, it might be best to avoid credit cards altogether and stick with debit or cash. Finally, once the debt is gone, redirect the money you were putting toward payments into building wealth. If you were paying $1,000 a month toward debt, keep that habit alive by investing that same amount into retirement accounts, index funds, or other assets. This is how you transform debt repayment into wealth creation. Final thoughts. Paying off $10,000 in credit card debt may feel impossible, but the truth is, it's absolutely achievable with the right mindset and strategy. The key is to stop adding to the balance, create a budget that prioritizes repayment, choose a method that works for you, whether it's snowball or avalanche, explore tools like consolidation or balance transfers if they make sense, and increase your income wherever possible. But beyond the numbers, this journey is about something much deeper. It's about taking control of your life, breaking free from the stress and burden of debt, and creating a future where your money works for you instead of against you. It's about the discipline to sacrifice now so that you can live with freedom later. The journey will not be easy. There will be times when you feel like giving up, times when it seems like progress is too slow, and times when old habits try to pull you back. But if you stay consistent, celebrate your wins, and keep your eyes on the bigger picture, you will succeed. And once that $10,000 is gone, you'll realize something powerful. You are capable of more than you ever thought. The same discipline you use to destroy debt can be used to build wealth, to invest, to save, and to create financial independence. So don't let credit card debt define your story. Let it be the turning point. Let it be the moment you decided to take control, to fight back, and to change your future. Thank you for watching Smart Dollar Mindset. If you found value in this video, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and share it with someone who's struggling with debt. This channel is here to help you build wealth, break free from financial stress, and achieve true financial freedom through smart money habits and investing. Stay tuned, because we have much more to come.